Grand Rising, everybody, and welcome back to the Honeywell. We are, first of all, I hope everybody is having a grand rising. As I said, it is a beautiful rising today, and we are at the end of the closing. They want to say the closing of Cancer season. And you know, Cancer is the mother of energy. So this month, you may have been questioning yourself about your parenting, questioning yourself about self-care, questioning yourself about your home. There's a lot of questions surrounding nurturing, and how well do you nurture? How well do you nurture yourself, your children, the world around you, your family, and really questioning if anyone is nurturing you. Are you even pouring back into yourself the way that you need to? If you guys can hear all the background, I'm outside. And I forgot my coffee in the house, but it's okay. But yeah, this was a time of questioning. I normally go through Cancer season pretty okay, but I had a lot of questionings surrounding the people around me, but also myself, and I came to a lot of conclusions. I found myself in a very disappointed energy, and I quickly bounced back from that, going through introspection and looking at myself and the people that are in my life, my loved ones, and I asked myself, how dare I want personal self-care things from the people around me when those are the very things I have to give myself, no matter if the people around me are here or not. And always, comes back to self. If you're a mother, then you understand that what you're doing is preparing your children for singlehood, for adulthood, for going out into the world and maintaining what they've been taught, but also coming into their own evolution, coming into their own evolving and blossoming and growing. So I really asked myself, am I really upset that no one is giving me the self-care that I need? Or am I upset with self? Another thing is, I woke up this morning and I fell asleep on the couch with my baby. He just tossed and turned last night, and I didn't want to disrupt anyone else. So I woke up this morning and I let my baby know that I'm going to always be here. I am his foundation. He can be safe and secure with me, just like his father. His father is here and present. I didn't want to bother him this morning in the bed, so I just stayed on the couch. But yeah, I had to reassure him, and also I was reassuring myself at the same time, because I know who self is, and your parents help you learn or evolve to a point where you know who self is at the end of the day. If your parenting style is more of directing them towards self and allowing them to choose for self, then your children will grow up knowing or evolving into self very early and knowing what they want, who they are, and so forth. So that was my channeled messages, and also the messages from my heart this morning. We're going to get into the messages. That makes twice. At my second day, and that happened. Alright, some of you are going places because I know I live in Virginia, and there's planes everywhere because we're a tourist state. So there's going to be planes coming past. We're so used to it, really, really used to it, so we don't really hear it anymore. It's like one of those things that's always going on, so you never hear it anymore. but this morning that plane was extremely loud. So something is speaking to you loudly, and it's trying to take you somewhere. Okay? For some of you, you can disregard that message. It may have been a message for self. It just came out of me. I just spoke it. Okay. All right. The energy that is surrounding you right now, taking you into Leo season, I'm being told to ask that. What is the energy surrounding whoever may be listening, taking them into Leo season? I said Leo seasoning. All right, you have cards falling out the deck. I'm hearing for you guys not to be, what is the word? Biased when Leo season comes. It's like, you know, you're gonna be judging or probing, or I'm not sure if others are gonna be judging you. So let's see. I'm trying to put myself back together over here. Let's see what cards you guys have coming out. Alright, so you have trust and act accordingly. Trust and act accordingly. So yeah, the message that I was receiving was for you going into Leo season. We're approaching, we're already feeling like I guess you want to say the shadow phase, or you know, Leo energy is hovering. So right after coming out of tender Cancer energy, you're going to be met with judgment again. Like, you know, people are going to be judging you, or you're going to have probing eyes, people wondering about you. For some of you, it's for a job. You know, people are all this noise this morning. My apologies. People are wondering about you. They are like, who is this person? You're exuding a confidence coming out of Cancer season. You're exuding this confidence, and it's because you have the mother in you backing and supporting you. You really found out that your foundation is extremely solid, and you are solid. You are the foundation. So there's this glow up that is happening within your confidence, the reassurance of who you are, showing up for self. I'm going to read as I go along because I don't want it to be too long, because you have quite a bit of cards out. So this is number 30, starting over, 3 and 0, working with self and starting over from ground zero. To me, that's what that feels like always to me. And also for some of you, may be turning 30, or this may be your solar return, the age of 30. What else am I getting? They want to channel a lot today. Just chatty. Everything is chatty today. Yeah, for some of you, this is your solar return, so this is the reason why you feel renewed, restored, or there's this feeling of your vitality, you know, just changing, or you have a different self, a different approach, or a different perspective of life. All right, it says trust and act accordingly. How would you act if you absolutely knew the universe had even more in store for you that you can imagine? What would be your next step now? Whatever we think we want typically comes from our small, whatever we think we want typically comes from our small selves, and not, okay, let me start over, you guys. It says, how would you act if you absolutely knew the universe had even more in store for you than you could imagine? What would be your next step now? Whatever we think we want typically comes from our small selves, and that's not always in alignment with our divine destiny unfolding. Think back to when you've made significant leaps. Where did the support come from? Consider what kind of allies, resources, and even synchronistic opportunities have opened up only after you've acted. The universe always nudges us forward and the universe always nudges us forward and revealing itself in our crazy ideas and perfect nature. Trust. So yeah, I forgot to say this too as well. The message that came out when I sat down initially, was, what was it? It was to get lost in your creations. So yesterday we pulled the Universe Creators card. So the message that I received when I sat down this morning was to get lost in your creations. Okay, so everybody get ready to write down what your cosmic catalyst is. So your cosmic catalyst today from this card is what? I'm trying to make sure there's no cars coming before I start talking because I want you guys to hear it. Okay, so it says, what would I do right now if I fully trusted that I am supported no matter what? There's that channeled message of support and knowing that you are the foundation, knowing that you're coming into this. You now know that you are stable. You know, you are stable, not just people and support of others around you. You have been the one that have been supporting yourself this whole entire time. You've had that aha moment, even though you've had people around you or family members. Some of you may have felt like you didn't have independence because you may have chosen a life of partnership with someone else, or that the universe has always provided somewhat of a comfortable life for you, meaning that you had struggles, but they weren't too bad of struggles. Like, you were always okay. You were always provided for no matter what the situation is. For some of you, you may not have had a job for a while or may not have been able to keep a job, and you had to rely on government resources or things of that nature. Maybe food stamps or anything, maybe food vouchers or money coming from who knows where. You were always supported. The universe is letting you know that you had to walk that in the physical. You had to hold your head up during that in the physical. You did support yourself. Because anyone that is willing to let go of the physical, I need to work mentality, is holding themselves up and also supporting themselves. Alright, so your cosmic checkbox is research one step you can take towards a goal that you have and put it on your calendar. Research one step you can take towards a goal that you have and put it on your calendar. The next card that you guys have is your greatest joy pollinates the world. Your greatest joy pollinates the world. This is number 41. Another significant number. Number 4 talks about building in the physical world. It also talks about the mind, creation in the mind first, building in the physical world. And number 1 is the number of mastery. Well, they say 1111, but 1 is still associated with mastering. Number 41. Let's see. We have your greatest joy pollinates the world. It says here, it doesn't have to be hard unless you decided that's how you want it. Listen to this. It doesn't have to be hard unless you decided that's what you wanted. Your greatest joy is your barometer for what you should be doing in this situation. Joy is not simply what makes you happy for a fleeting moment, but what you truly, joy is not the distractions, man. Joy is not simply what makes you happy for a fleeting moment, but what truly makes you feel fulfilled and fully utilized. Bees are naturally attracted to pollen, and as a byproduct, they pollinate 1/3 of every bite of food we eat globally. Your joy will naturally pollinate the world, creating the nectar of blooming byproducts from stumbling into new ideas, connections, ventures, and projects that allure you. So that is the channeled message of you guys getting lost in your creations all over again. You know, people being like inquisitive about you. Like, who is this person? Who is this person? Like, I want to know who this person is, because you, the noise. You being naturally who you are and enjoying this moment in your life. Enjoying this moment in your life. Your energy is pollinating the world around you. Like I said again, for some of you, you have been supported by the universe, and you didn't go by, oh, I have to work and pound and pound and pound for my support, my stability, or to say that, you know, you're a hard worker. You attracted from the universe, and the universe provided for you. It doesn't have to be hard. It can be easy for you if you allow yourself to do the things that you enjoy in life, to stay enjoyed. That was just the message from yesterday as well. I don't like to peek into yesterday, but if you can see, this is kind of like a let me see. I'm trying to think of what they're trying to say to me. It's like an ongoing thing. You're in alignment. That one domino effect, right? Where you push over one domino, and then the next domino, and then the next domino, and the next domino. This is like going to be like a series until the universe requires the energy to change. Okay? So what your cosmic catalyst is, what am I compelled to do regardless of whether or not I'm paid? What are you compelled to do regardless of whether or not you are paid? That is your cosmic catalyst. So doing what you enjoy doing what makes you happy, that's on a regular everyday basis, outside of you getting paid for. And I understand that we need finances in this world, but you can be founded by anyone in this world just by doing. The moment that you start to do what you really enjoy doing, because you're lost in it and you're doing it off of it being a natural thing within you, and not something that you're just doing because you're obligated to do it. There's an obligation there to do it. All right, so your cosmic checkbox is: bring your joy to the surface today by blocking off time simply for fulfillment activities you identified, no matter what it is. Bring your joy to the surface today by blocking off time simply for fulfillment activity you've identified, no matter what it is. We have your 11-year-old self. Your 11-year-old self. Let's see what they have. This is master number 11 as well. We just talked about that number. So like I said, this is like a series of yourself here. A series of events that is happening by you flipping a light switch, knocking over the first domino, doing the activity from yesterday, which is find that one thing that is going to start the chain of events in your life. Okay? So number 11, it says, what is this? Am I in the right section? I know I'm not tripping. This is number 11 because we don't have numerical numbers here. Let me look for a second, you guys. your 11-year-old self. Um, Let me see, you guys. Oh, it is. So we have Roman numbers back here. So this card is going to be the Cosmic Conversation Question and Answer card. Your 11-year-old self. That's on page 130. So let's take a look at this. All right, so your 11-year-old self, it says attributes: playfulness, exploration, need for safety, childlike perspective. This Cancer energy, right? These are all things that we need to get back to. But at the same time, when we get into Cancer season, we're always thinking about protection and, you know, how we have to make sure our children are okay, we're okay, our home is okay, you know, that mother energy. But as parents and as a mother, right, we very seldom go back into our childlike energy, you know, exploring and things of that nature. We may walk those lines through the eyes of our children when we set them up to play or when we are having play with them, but is your mind fully there with them? Are you in the present moment playing with them, playing with yourself, your 11-year-old self? Okay, so it says that little boy or little girl inside you never goes away unless you stop letting them out. Then they wither away inside. They are your magical inner child with a mischievous little grin and sparkling in the eyes. Your 11-year-old self wants to play, explore, and feel safe. Your 11-year-old is also more perspective than you realize. They know when they're safe and they know when they're not, and will create armor around their hearts to survive. Next section is, it says, how would you treat an 11-year-old? Coax your magical child to come out and play. All right, so the potential questions to ask this archetype is, what do my 11-year-old self have to say about this? How can I play more? What would make this situation more fun? What did you like to do that I've forgotten? What do you want to share with me from my childhood? It's okay. You're truly safe. What do I see happen what did I see happen when I was young and that I haven't been able to share? You guys are gonna have to go back and get all of these questions because it's just a lot of noise, and I don't want this message to be too long. All right, it says, find your star family in this cosmic game of hide and seek. All right, so we're going back to that energy of feeling like questions that you may have asked yourself during this Cancer season. You know, who is your family? Where is your family? Where is your support? This is number 14. Where is your support? Number 14 says, part of your mission here on Earth is to put the gang back together. It's time to assemble your star family, whose members were dispersed like seeds to the solar wind. There's a cosmic hide and seek we all play until we meet again in the most serendipitous and magical ways. Then something clicks, a deep knowing of sharing something more than just this moment together across multiple lifetimes. Once the gang is back together and the circles have formed, there's another level of, what is this? Assemblage needed to bring these lights together in even greater circle for an even greater purpose. So the cosmic catalyst here for this card is, who do I have as a special connection? Who do I have a special connection with? And it says, how are we connected in the galactic game? That's your cosmic catalyst. Who do I have a special connection with? How are we connected in this galactic game? Your cosmic checkbox is come up with names from your own circle. What is this gathering's greatest purpose? So the people around you, that's a question that you need to ask. You know, the people that are around you right now, like significant people, maybe your spouse, even your children, your neighbors, someone that you keep running into at the grocery store, or like a serendipitous situation where you meet someone and you just, the two of you, three of you, you know, maybe a group of you just may click. People that you meet on the train, or people that you just constantly keep seeing but you never sparked a conversation with, is going to start changing where you do. But like I said, question the people around you and see why they have been called to you, or you have been called to them. Why did you bring them into your life? What is the greater purpose of them being here? That was a question that you may have been asking yourself, like I said, during this Cancer season. But in closing, you guys, I'm going to leave a clip of a video at the end so you guys can see that nature was here. Mother Gaia was here this morning and showing up for you guys this message. It was already set in the divine for you guys. As always, I love you guys and enjoy the rest of your rising.